FMK. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of FMK. This week, if you can probably tell by the little blah blah blah, the blah blah blah, it's on Crackdown 3. So on FMK, this is where we go through what we liked about the game, what we don't like about the game, and then we give it our honest opinion. If you don't agree with it, that's fine. We understand that people's opinions differ in games. We also give it a rating of a F for fuck. So that means that you want to run out and get this game right away. And there's a sale on, or whenever you can get it. Or like how I played it through Game Pass. Another one is Mary, where you need to go out and get this game right away. It's well worth your time, and I would have no problem paying full price for it. And last but not least, Kill, which we gave our last game, which was State of Decay 2. It isn't worth the money. And like I said before, it's your opinion if you disagree with us or not, but we're just giving it what we think. So anyways, this past couple weeks, I've been playing a lot of Crackdown 3. If you are new to the series, you may not know that Crackdown 3 has been in development hell for, I don't even know how long. I think it's like almost 8 years, 10 years. It's bad when it comes to that stuff. As far as the game goes, it is what it is. If you haven't played a Crackdown game, you may not like this game. It is very old-esque, I guess. The graphics aren't that much better than Crackdown 2, which was on a Xbox 360. That's also 10 years older. So the big thing with Crackdown 3 was that they were going to have completely destructible environments, which sounds super cool. I know that Red Faction Guerrillas did it, I believe it was, and it looked amazing. Like, I loved bringing stuff down in Red Faction. It's up there in like just cool, genuine, neat gaming. But Crackdown 3 did not deliver on that, really. I guess, they did deliver on it, but the issue was that it was a multiplayer-only mode, and it was only, like, it's a whole separate entity of the game. Like, it's a downloadable thing for the game, like the multiplayer is. I thought that was kind of stupid. It wasn't needed. Like, honestly, Crackdown is not a multiplayer game, I don't think. I've played all the 3 different iterations. And multiplayer was never one of those things that I was like, oh my god, we need multiplayer in Crackdown. Because I really enjoyed the first 2. So that's also a little bit of a bias for me, because I loved feeling like a superhero. Because that's pretty much what you are in Crackdown. You're a superhero that goes around, and you're like how do you explain it? Kind of like a superhero policeman, and you gain like abilities through destruction, agility, which is like jumping on roofs and stuff, strength, which is throwing cars, shooting, as I said, driving, and explosives. And then like you level up your guy, and you're taking down like the head of this big corporation. So I didn't beat this game. I'm probably about 8 hours in, I think. But like you can see what's gonna eventually happen in it already. Short campaign, I'll give it that. The campaign's good though. The voice acting is spot on. They got Terry Crews. I can't remember. They brought back the same guy that usually does he's got a very deep voice, and hello, agent. I really like his voice. It's a staple of the Crackdown series, and he's been in all 3 of them. That's just like a general synopsis of what Crackdown is. It's a game where you feel super powerful. I think, at least. You're jumping around, you're throwing cars, you got guns, you have 3 different gun slots. We'll start out with gameplay. So the general gameplay of this is kind of dated. For considering this game came out in 2019, it looks like a game that came out 10 years ago. I'd say 5 years ago at least. It's not graphically amazing. The gameplay is where it really shines, though. I really enjoy all of the gameplay in it.
I'm also, like I said, I'm biased because I enjoyed all the other Crackdowns. And if you're coming into this looking for just a Crackdown game, this is a Crackdown game. It's what it is. It's the heart and soul of what Crackdown is. And yes, it has issues, but I see all this hate on the internet for this game when it first came out, and I believe it was February it came out. Everybody said it was a pile of shit. It's junk. Don't pick it up. Don't do this. Don't do that. And I was discouraged from getting it, even though I'm a lover of this series. So don't listen to, like I said at the top of the show, like this is my opinion, and you may agree or disagree with me, but I think every game deserves a fair shot. That's why I'm doing this. So like, if I don't like it and you guys trust my opinion, then don't do it. If you think that I like it, go out, maybe give it a try. Like I said, Game Pass is great for doing this. I think the Game Pass is just phenomenal. There are games on there that I think are total garbage, but there's games on there that are worth the $10 a month, right? Sorry, I kind of went off there. The gameplay of this is really solid. They hit all the notes. Open sandbox. They kind of do like a Shadows of Mordor kind of deal with it, where there's underboss, then a boss, and then the head honcho boss, if that makes sense. So you take out, like, say I took out the monorail. There's a monorail in the city, and I took the monorail AI out, and then it opens up their controller, and I have to kill them, and then I have to go and do, say, there's a machinist, like a machine guy that's pumping stuff out of the ground, and I kill him, and then that takes me to another guy. So I like that style of gameplay. I never even played Shadows of War. I played Shadows of Mordor, and I really enjoyed that, and I like the style that is. I like the Nemesis system, but it is not the full Nemesis system. It's just good. I like you can do it in any order you want. It gives you a chance of survival rating on each base that you take out. So, yeah, I thought that was kind of neat. You're going around, jumping around buildings. You're finding special orbs. You're finding agility orbs. You're finding vehicles. You find guns. You find different hand grenades or like gadgets, I guess you could say. Where it really struggles in gameplay is the driving. The driving in this game is atrocious. I can't stand it. I'd rather jump around feeling like a superhero than drive a car in this game. Though it is faster to drive the car, it still feels like pretty junk. Considering like Grand Theft Auto and games like that have really awesome driving mechanics. Like they could have used that. Especially with the development hell that it went through. Like they could have implemented new stuff as it was coming out. So that's my thoughts on that. The sound design in this game is very on point. When you hear an explosion, it sounds like there's an explosion off in the distance. When you shoot a gun, you feel like you can feel the impact and like the change of the guns. Like there's a laser beam gun, there's a rail driver gun. They all feel super nice. Like the sound is good. Like it doesn't sound like, well, I guess it does kind of sound cartoony and stuff, but if you, like I said, if you played other Crackdown games, you get it. If you haven't, it might take a little bit to adjust to. So yeah, like stick with me on that because, like I was saying, like I found that like this game took a lot of shit at the start. A lot of people were maybe not fans of the first Crackdown or never played Crackdown before. So take that into consideration. And also take into consideration that this game was in a 10-year cycle, which is unheard of. Like that's just way too long to pump out another game. And it was supposed to be exclusive for the Xbox One when it first came out, and yeah, this is the end of the cycle now. So that really sucked that it took that long, because I was one of the people that was on board with it from the start. The cars driving by sound good. When you're getting shot at, the bullet direction is good. You know, oh geez, that guy's shooting from over here. There's shots coming from here. Like it's in place. Like the stuff's in place for it. A little bit of a nitpick for me is sound always. especially like the in-game music. I found that it was okay. I don't know. In-game music is one of those things, like, especially doing it open box or open sandbox. They can't really like pinpoint like a big firefight and stuff like that very well. So in that department, it's hit or miss. Like sometimes it ramps up the music, sometimes it's like meh, nothing's really happening. So that could have used some adjustment. There are things that are, like I said, they're just nitpicks of me, I guess. You gotta weigh out that one. If that's a big thing or an issue for you, you know, it is what it is. Terry Crews does a very good job of voice acting. Like all the voice acting, it's very good. Terry Crews, I guess, was brought in later on to do the voiceover work because everybody was like, "Oh my god, Terry Crews is the perfect person for Crackdown," and he really is because he's a big fucking dude who, like, you look at him, he's like, he could probably throw a car at you. Yeah, I could believe him throwing a car at you. So, and then strung out throughout the town are these little archive messages, I believe they are, and it gives you insight into the people you're taking down, and it's like their little journals, which is really nice because like I listened to probably like 4 or 5 of them, and they don't really offer you much, but it's like just like backstory into these people and their lives and how things are happening for them. So I thought that was really nice. Like I said about the vehicles, they sound meh. They sound okay. They sound better than they drive, if that's any sort of consolation. Graphics, I guess we could also do. The graphics aren't good. They're not great. It does feel like an improvement from the last game, but slight at that. The color palette was really cool. I like the neons. Lots of neon colors floating around. The explosions are nice. They look good. In the multiplayer, when you are taking down buildings, it's cool. Don't get me wrong. But practicality for the multiplayer, it doesn't make a difference. Because in multiplayer, you're already like max leveled. Your guy can jump as far as he wants, dash as far as he wants. So the destructible environment was really meh. It would have been really a lot better if they would have opened up that and thrown it into the game. Because I would love to like just bring down a mountain on somebody, right? It sounded like such a cool idea with it being like one of the largest games ever through cloud support and all this other stuff. So it looked, like I said, like I was super pumped. Like it was very hyped, and then yeah, like I said, 10 years later it finally came out, and it was too late. I would say 5 years ago, 6 years ago, this game went flying off the shelves. In 2019, this game doesn't hold up. At a $69 price tag, I don't think this game's worth that at all. I would not open my wallet that far for this game. So I guess we come around to the very last part of our discussion, and that is, do we fuck it? Do we marry it? Do we kill it? I thought about killing this game, but as a Crackdown fan, I can't do it. I can't say marry it. Like I said before, $60 for this game is outlandish. This is a $29.99 or $29.99 special. It should be, I don't know. If you own an Xbox, you should just get this game free. I don't know. Well, I guess not free. That's not right. It's well worth it on Games Pass. I'll put it that way. Very well worth it on Games Pass. Mindless fun. I'm definitely gonna give this one a fuck. It's what I wanted out of a Crackdown game, and I'm so happy that I did pick it up and play it. It's perfect. It's Crackdown. It's mindless fun. It's destruction. It's shooting guns. It's throwing cars at people. It's doing just outlandish shit that like you shouldn't be able to do. There's people are gonna hate on this game. It was in a 10-year development hell. I'm gonna keep saying that, and I hate to say it, but like that's where it lacked. I'm not too sure how many iterations this game went through, but you can tell that there was hiccups along the way. For what it is. Any game that's in development for 10 years should be coming out like crystal clean, no texture pops, no nothing. And yet there's not like a ton of texture pops, but it does happen. There's also frame rate drops that you'll notice every once in a while. Not huge. I'm also playing only on an Xbox. I've heard on the PC it runs a lot better, a lot smoother. But that's why I have Game Pass. Like, I have Game Pass to review games on that, hey, let's try this out. Maybe pick it up, maybe buy it. But like I said, at a $30 price tag, I'd buy this game. Not a problem. I wouldn't hesitate on buying it. It's good, clean, fun. Nobody should not try this game. And if you go into it thinking, hey, this game was made 10 years ago before all this other shit, maybe it is good. Maybe it's good to you. Maybe you have a little bit of a soft spot in your heart for these kind of games, like somebody else, like me. Wink, wink. In closing, what I can tell you is, don't be deceived by reviews. Like, I know, like, that's pretty much what we do is we review stuff. But it also means go out and, like, do things for yourself, too. Don't just always look at everybody else's scores for things. If you're super interested in something and, like, you watch gameplay on it and you're going to yourself, geez, you know what? I think I really would like that. Maybe it's the best idea is to go and check it out, because you never know until you play it. And if you have $10 to spend and you get Games Pass, Xbox Game Pass, it's $10. So you paid $10 for a $69 game for a month. Really, this might date me, but like when you're renting them, you were renting a game for 7 days for $10. So yeah, you could totally beat a game for $10. And it's half, like, think about it this way, 6 months of Games Pass, if you're beating a game a month, that's saved you like hundreds and hundreds of dollars already. Maybe I'm more of just like a Games Pass is good guy, but and a Xbox fanboy, but yeah, I think it's really good, and I think that everybody should kind of give it a little bit of a shot. So yeah, that's it for FMK episode 2, Crackdown 2. If you'd like to reach out to the podcast, or if you want to reach out to the BNS Awesome Podcast, by all means, get a hold of us at our email, bnsawesomepodcast@gmail.com. We're on Twitter at BNS Awesome Pod. We're on Instagram. I think you just search up the BNS Awesome Podcast. We're wherever you can get your podcast from. We also, we haven't gotten them yet, but we are looking at getting stickers. So if you're interested in a sticker, write in, and we'll see what we can do. They're really cool looking stickers, and we're hoping within the next few weeks to get some printed up, and yeah, we'll do a little giveaway for some stickers and stuff. So yeah, for FMK, have a great day.